Hi everyone, Cendril. Welcome back to more Fire Emblem 6. As Jan gets obliterated by 1,000 years, I have waited for this defeat. Even though my strength has long recovered, I can feel it. You do know you can't hit me from here, right? Ugh. So, I have lost, even though I knew it was coming this entire time. Humans are truly unpredictable. Unpredictable, but you yourself said, never mind. And Roy gets a level, but doesn't get anything, because most of the stuff is maxed out. He didn't get luck and resistance. Ooh. Because I can. Was that needed? Nope, but I can, so why not? Only has one use left in Air Caliber. Don't need that. Alright, let's head to the final chapter. In the next chamber lies the Dark Dragon. Right. Huh? What's wrong, Fa? You look like you're about to burst into tears. Is Fa also an enemy? Huh? When Fa gets big, will Fa become a bad dragon too? Huh? Wait, Fa. Tell me what you want to say, slowly. That man said so. Dragons and people can't live together. But you were living in Nabata with people, weren't you? But the Dark Dragon is a divine dragon like Fa. And you're gonna fight Dark Dragon, right? What about Fa? If Fa grows up and becomes like the Dark Dragon, then you don't have to worry about that. Even if you grow up, you'll always be Fa. You'll always live together with humans and with us. Really? Sure. And also, I actually want to help the Dark Dragon. Help? The Dark Dragon is not acting on her own will. She had her soul destroyed. I don't want to kill her if I can avoid it. Fa doesn't get it. You'll understand when you get a little older. Hartmut posed a question, and I'll give an answer to it. Final chapter, Beyond the Darkness. You're the Dark Priestess. No, the Dark Dragon. Why do you hinder my path? What? I have been commanded to lead this world. I shall make the world a better place. Why are you barring my performance? You're wrong. You were only told the world would become a better place. The person who ordered you is already dead. So stop! You no longer have any reason to fight! No. We have no reason to fight. A long time ago, I have a feeling I heard those same words. Soft words, like a warm breeze. But that was long ago. I had been asleep for far too long. In the darkness I was dreaming, an empty dream. white, colorless. But now I am awake. His Majesty willed me so.
Majesty Zephyl!
I have woken. I am no longer what I used to be. I now clearly understand what I must do. I must lead this world. No matter how many days or nights pass, I must. I must.
You insist on fighting us?
As long as you stand in my path.
Such strong will.
His Majesty wishes it to be, and I was woken to answer His Majesty's calls. Do we have to fight? Father, watch over us.
Now there's something you don't see every day. Can we win? No, we have to win.
I will not lose, for the troops back in Bern. For Gale.
I'll protect Master Roy with my life. I must fight a worthy battle of an Austean knight. I'm not afraid. This time I'm not afraid!
Saint Elam, give us strength.
I will not give up! I have the Sword of Hartmut, who pitied you and did not kill you. Everyone, leave the final blow to me! Kind of wish Roy would have stayed up there because I could have done this in one. Oh well. I'll take a few turns. Ha! You're in range! War Dragon, by the way. These dragons. They're strong like Jan, who thought he was special, but he's just as strong as these War Dragons that were just, like, made. You know, just created, so... Anyway. Here is Idun with the Dark Dragon. 78 hit points. Does have 30 defense. But you saw how far 25 defense got Jan. Doesn't even have max HP, only has 78 HP. Has Dark Breath, powerful attack. Dark Breath, I believe, will hit for 49. I believe it ignores defense. So, you're taking 49. Hopefully you have 49 HP. Give Roy cloaks if he doesn't have 49 HP. 29 attack, and Dark Breath gives 20 attack power. Maybe not. Depends on the Fire Emblem, whether it ignores defense or not. 16 speed, 18 luck, 23 skill. Probably will hit you. 21 resistance. Which means Alina actually has to cast twice, maybe. Let's find out.
This is for you, Father!
Alright. Let's, move on. Boars! Also in range. Get rid of you. Because, you know, I can, you know, that's really good. Yay, boots! The power of boots in this game. And the fact that you can get more than one pair if you spend money and note the secret shop. That gets Boars one last level before we end the game. Level 16. HP, skill, luck. So there are those. Much fun. Move up. Heal Boars. This chapter is really straightforward. You march forward and get rid of the Dark Dragon. If you were expecting some super cool final boss fight, no. You're not getting one. That's just the, that's the shame of it. The last two chapters are pretty dull, pretty boring. If you have a team worth anything. Oh no, reinforcements, here are you going to attack? Yeah, reinforcements could show up from the sides, as you just saw, so. But again, I'm not afraid. There's that. Just watch out for Ellen. Alright, well, this was fun and everything, but kinda tired of Fire Emblem 6. So let's end this. Level up, level 14. Luck, defense! Ha! Point of defense! As you can see, the Dark Dragon, the one thing that makes it to where it will pose a threat, it's not super weak to the Divine Weapons. You will need to use the Divine Weapons to get some damage out of it. However, it is super weak to the Sword of Seals. Because, you know, Sword of Seals. So, just to have some fun, do I want to use the ranged attack? No, let's go with the actual slash for Roy. And because I might have a little fun with this final chapter, I'll edit it in later if I decide to have a little bit of fun. Fancy.
This is for my father!
No crit chance, by the way, either. Alright, let's do this. Using the sealed sword. No, Roy gets his defense, so you have no chance of beating Roy. And Roy gets a crit chance, but Roy's going to bring you down in one, so... I really don't like this ending music. It's... not really epic enough for me.
Alone, dark, alone in darkness.
What's happening? The temple is starting to collapse. Everyone, hurry outside.
Roy.
I know. Leave the rest to me. Now go!
Master Roy, you're all right.
Yes, but the temple is gone.
It is over 1,000 years old, and a lot of energy was released in the battles just fought. The building probably couldn't withstand it.
I see.
So times are changing again, and who is that you're carrying on your back?
Her? Oh, right. Merlinus, I need to ask something of you.
And then epilogue, which I can't read because I'm using the Super O translation patch. But basically, everything ended up okay. Woo! You know, that's basically how it is. Roy, of course, being the good guy he is, spared, just like Hartmut did, spared Irun, and in 1,000 years I'm gonna have to deal with it again in a different universe. Great, of course I'm going to have to. Anyway, maybe someday I'll get to deal with that. Thank you all very much for watching this. Wish you could read the ending, but again, I'm using the super old translation patch. You can find the newer translation patch at different places. I'm sure somebody in the comments will talk about where you can get the new translation patch and stuff. I would say Serenus Forest. Somebody wants to leave a link to that, to a Serenus Forest, and you can do that. But yeah, the newer translation patch is really good. The only reason I'm using this one is because I got this one to work, which is the super old translation patch. But I couldn't get the new one to work. It just wouldn't work for whatever reason for me. Probably because I am inept when it comes to getting things like that to work. So, sorry.
Princess Guinevere is to be crowned today.
I haven't seen her in her royal garments yet. She must look beautiful beyond words. Even when I first met her, I couldn't believe that such a beautiful person existed.
Yeah. Roy?
But the princess's hardships are still to come?
What?
Nothing, trying to change subject. Even if she becomes Queen of Bern with Etruria's help, I'm sure there'll be a lot of rebellion and unrest.
Do you think so?
I think there might be people who will say the Princess Guinevere joined Etruria just to seize the throne. She'll have to face them.
Well, I think Princess Guinevere will be fine. And then Bern will become a much better nation than before. She's just so smart, strong.
Yeah, I think so too. Just like you, Lelina.
Well, what are you going to do now?
Me? I'll return to Faerie. I'm worried about my father's illness, and we'll have to start rebuilding the lands that were trampled on by the war. What?
Nothing. So you're returning to Faerie?
What about you? You're going back to Ostia, right?
Yes. I must take my father's place.
I'm glad to hear you'll be staying in Ostia.
Why?
Because if you're in Ostia, then I can go meet you anytime I want.
What?
Lelina, I don't know when, but someday, I'll go pick you up.
I have to prepare too. But, Roy, I always...
Oh, the ceremony's starting. Come on, Lelina. We have to go see Queen Guinevere. And pay our respects.
So, I always... What? Roy, wait for me!
Later, in Arcadia.
Oh, Master Roy, it has been a long time.
I had business in these areas, so I decided to stop by on the way.
Fall will be glad to see you.
I saw her earlier. She's as energetic as ever.
She's being allowed outside more these days. Perhaps that is why.
How is the girl I sent here doing?
We succeeded in restoring her soul, but
She still won't go back to normal?
Fall sometimes takes her outside, but she won't try to do anything on her own.
I see.
Master Roy, we knew that the girl you sent here was captured by the dragons. Still, we did not try and rescue her. We feared that our kind would be in danger if we showed ourselves in front of them again. But now, I wonder whether my judgment was correct. Perhaps it is because we have begun to live with humans. I will make my best efforts to bring the girl's heart back fully.
Thank you.
As a first, I would like to see some sign that her emotions are working, like laughing or crying or something.
And that is called tree. Right. And that tree gives yummy fruit.
Fruit?
Yeah. Can you see? It's up at the top. And if you shake the tree like this. Ow! It fell on Fa's head. Did you just laugh? Laugh? This is to laugh? Where's Roy? Fa has to tell Roy that Udun laughed. Yay! A warm breeze.
And then it's going to go through, in typical Fire Emblem fashion, it's going to go over different people. Prince of Faerie, Roy. Roy returned home to rebuild the lands of Lycia that were trampled by the war. Still, people always seemed to like him. He left behind many legends during the course of his life. I don't think there are any dual endings in Fire Emblem 6, which is why you didn't see like Roy and Lilina. I don't think there are. We'll have to see. But you get the usual what people did afterwards. After returning to Nabata, Fa was never heard of again. Many historians today voice their skepticism whether she really existed at all. Because we just let the dragons fade into history. Like they were before. Elegant Lord Lilina. After returning home, Lilina became the Marquis of Ostia and married Roy a short while later. Together, Roy and Lilina united the Lycia Alliance and created the Kingdom of Lycia, a peaceful nation blessed with prosperity. And I didn't do that, it's just going to fade out because the text isn't going to keep up. But yes, the two of them do get together. Of course, as it should be. I like that, elegant lord. That's what Lilina is. Mercenary, Deke. Deke broke up his mercenary band and set out to travel on his own. After that, he continued to participate in various battles. He has left many legends behind in his wake. Because Deke! Even though this is probably the worst Deke that I have had. All things considered, he did not grow very well, but he was still powerful enough to hold his own at the end. Like, that's just a testament to just how good his growth rates are and his bases. Like, it's really hard to get an absolutely terrible Deke. Like, mine was not great, but he worked. But he could become far more powerful. Archer, Dorothy. Dorothy returned to her hometown and led a normal life. She was never the flashiest or the most impressive among her camaraderie, but perhaps she may be the one who led the most fulfilling life afterwards. So we'll go through all of this, and then I'll do my usual final spiel. Please stick around for that, because there's some important things I have to talk about. Crimson Wings. Meridian returned home with Guinevere to help rebuild the new Kingdom of Bern. Her unbending will and hard work earned Guinevere the respect she deserved, and Bern gradually began to regain its former prosperity. Thanks to Meridian. Crimson Wings, which is a really cool title. I do have some things I want to talk about this LP, and hopefully you'll stick around to listen to that. It'd be greatly appreciated. Fiery Knight Alan. Upon returning to Fairray with Roy, Alan proceeded to help his master rebuild the trampled land. His fire and powerful will inspired many and gave them a new hope to live. Because Alan, who turned out really good. Very excited about how good Alan turned out. Very, very happy about that. Hardy Armor, Bors. Bors returned to Ostia to help rebuild his ravaged country. His kind-hearted nature allowed him to reunite the divided people once again to bring back harmony and prosperity to Ostia. Because Bors! Like anybody's getting through the 30 defense if they try anything. Gentle Bandit, Gonzalez. When Gonzalez returned to his home on the Western Isles, he was not greeted with stones or harsh words. Instead, people welcomed and cheered for the return of a hero. Which is awesome, because Gonzalez is now a hero. Guinevere's priestess, Ellen. Ellen returned to Bern with Guinevere to rebuild a land ravaged by war and to reunite a people devastated by defeat. Her hard work and kind-hearted nature earned her the title, the Saint of Bern. A very fancy title for our #1 healer, Ellen. I like that, the Saint of Bern. There's a picture with Roy facing off against Zephyl. His name just kind of led me there for a minute. And we actually did the fight that way. I had Roy take out Zephyl. You saw Sue riding on the plains of Sakai with horses. So you got that cool picture there. I believe that is the coronation of Guinevere. And you only get endings, if I remember right, for the people you take on the final chapter instead of everybody like you normally do in Fire Emblem, unless they do that after this. But you get them, you get the people you take. You can see the chapters that took a long time just because of either support for Lilina or Arena. To get money that way I could make Roy good at the end of the game. Yes, I had it planned all the way back from the beginning. And to buy killer weapons that one time, which served us quite close to the end. 2 turns for the final chapter. That's all it really should take you, is 2 turns. Because you just march Roy forward, and then Roy gets rid of the dragon with the Sword of Seals. Maybe 3 if Roy is absolutely terrible. Tactic C, Survival A, because somebody died. EXP A, the amount of EXP people got. Weapon C, because I used weapons at the end. Time A, that is surprising, shouldn't be. Funds B, overall got a B. I'm very happy with that. Because of all the turns that I took. And it took me longer than this, but the videos with some edits and stuff will be roughly 50 hours. Like that. Yeah, then you get these. Chad worked to help orphans. Clarine returned to Eturia. You just get little things like that. The people you took at the end get really fancy ones. But that's it. Returned home. Traveled the world. Like, you just get super basic ones for the other people in FE6. But the people you took with you, the final 10, you get a really fancy thing. Little hero, charming dancer, stayed a dancer, traveled as a mercenary. Like, that's it. Yeah, that's how FE6 is. Now I remember. So... Fear kept training. Astal disappeared without a trace. He just poofed. Yeah, but you get really fancy endings for the people that you take with you. And you get to see that. Which kind of gives some replayability here. You could replay the final chapter to, like, get big endings for the final people. And see what happened with them. Turn to the Western Isles. Yeah, Goddess of the Western Isles. She, Rutger disappeared like the wind. Just... But you get, if I remember right, you get Zell tested strength, built the school for orphans. You get a really more fleshed out, like you got for Lilina and Roy and Ellen, because she was with us. Everybody that was there, you get a fleshed out ending for. Here you just get like the summation of it. So while you read through these, I am going to I'm gonna go ahead and do my ending spiel. Thank you all very much for watching Fire Emblem 6, all of you. I hope you enjoyed, had a lot of fun. I particularly got a kick out of people who were trying to tell me different things about Fire Emblem 6, or about the Fire Emblem series as a whole, even though I really know the Fire Emblem series. Sure, I get things wrong every once in a while, but if you try to, if you're trying to, like, be like, you don't know what this is, play FE1, or, you know, play this game, and talk to me about it. I have. So, you know, I particularly got a kick out of that. But anyway, on to more positive stuff. Those of you that were playing along in the comments with some of the stuff that I talked about, I really appreciate it. For those of you that that really liked the additional talking I did, which just added some additional, you know, just added my additional dialogue, my additional, you know, just things here and there, like Roy talking more, when I added lines, basically. Those of you that really enjoyed that, I am really glad. Let me know, because if that's the case, I might do that more in other Let's Plays. Especially if it's not a blind Let's Play, if I know the game. I might do that more, because people seem to enjoy it, and I really enjoy it, because it lets me improv a little bit, and also lets me just add in some more laughter. So, let me know. I'll be more than happy to do that more in future Let's Plays. Because I must say, I really enjoyed doing that. You know, here and there. I really did. Adding in the lines with Lilina and stuff like that. If you enjoyed this Let's Play, please consider clicking the links below in the description. Please consider doing that. And donating to the channel and help me continue to make videos like this, to continue being a Let's Player. Every dollar matters. You could either give to the tip jar, or you could give to the Patreon account. Either way, Patreon, good for monthly donations. You could also do monthly donations through PayPal, or you could just do the PayPal tip jar for a one-time donation. It would be very, very appreciative, because I'm not a big enough channel to get very much from ads, and am highly dependent on all of you. So if you enjoyed the Let's Play, please consider donating. It would help me out a lot. You can also help by do that first and foremost if you can. It would, again, be greatly appreciated. Second thing you can do is subscribe to the channel, watch more of my videos, spread the word about the channel, tell people on social media, tell people on your Twitter, on your own channel if you happen to have a channel. Just spread the word about the channel. Tell people you know about the channel. Say, hey, this guy's really good. You'll enjoy his stuff. You'll enjoy his attitude. Whatever it happens to be. Spread the word about the channel. Help the channel grow. And subscribe. With all of that, final thoughts on Fire Emblem 6 is... I'm not a big fan of this game. That's just the truth of it. It's very rough around the edges, Fire Emblem 6. It has good music. Some of the characters are good, but to me, FE7 is just superior in just about every way. You could tell that they took the lessons from this game, from FE6, which was the first Game Boy Advanced game, first one on a portable system, if I remember right. Was this one, was FE6. They took the lessons from this and put them into FE7 and made it better. That's just my opinion. FE7 is much more fleshed out. The maps, I feel, are better overall. Pacing is better. The story's better. Like, even if I was using the newer translation patch, which I have seen, just the story is better in FE7. It really took the lessons that this game did, the lessons this game gave, and then improved on them in every way in FE7. That's not to say this is a completely terrible Fire Emblem game. It's really bad, again, in my opinion. But it's okay enough to play. You can play FE6. I showed you. You can get through FE6. It's not impossible. Once you know what you're doing, you can get through it just like you can other Fire Emblem games. So don't think you can't. You can. It's very rough around the edges. But I hope that you all enjoyed my LP of it. I got to say, although there were times I was just like, ugh, FE6. It was fun to play through it for all of you. I must say it was an enjoyable ride. One last critique, the ending 2 chapters are just terrible. They're just bad. Sure, the ending is usually bad in Fire Emblem games because you just go and you beat the boss. But that second to last chapter just drags on and it just drops a bunch of plot on you as much as it can right before the end. You need to do that like the middle of the game. So, again, That's just it's just how it works. Most importantly, I hope all of you had fun, because that is what's most important to me. If you all had fun with FE6, I'm glad. Do not expect a Fire Emblem game anytime soon. So let's talk about the future, what's going on, those of you that are watching these as they come out or shortly after. What is the future for this LP slot? Right now, nothing, because in a few weeks, like 2.5 weeks, well, at the time of this recording, by the time this comes out, it may already be out. We'll have to see. Soon will be Final Fantasy 15, and that is going to take up the majority of the channel's time. The other thing that's going to take up the channel's time is a project already going on right now, which is World of Final Fantasy. If you're not watching World of Final Fantasy, you should check it out, because it is really awesome. I super enjoy it. And I'm playing through it blind, and slowly but surely getting through the game. We've just kind of started. By the time this is over, we'll be a good probably dozen hours in or so. So there's still probably a lot of game left there. But that takes up a lot of time as it is. And then when Final Fantasy 15 comes out, I'm going to be playing 15 a lot. So that's going to take up the majority of the time on the channel. I might have one other project going on. And it will be an RPG. So you're going to have to wait a little bit for a strategy game. But stick around the channel. Watch some of my other stuff. Watch the things I have going on now, because they're a lot of fun and they're really good. At least to me, I like to think so. I hope so. I hope you all like my stuff. Like the projects on my channel. So check those out. The next Fire Emblem game I'm going to play, I haven't decided. But I have now played through the GBA series. I played 6, 7, and 8. If you have not checked out my Fire Emblem 7 or 8 playthrough, check those out. I put a ton of work into 7. I made it very new series friendly. So, if you're still kind of lost watching this one, but you just wanted to watch FE6 for whatever reason, check out FE7, and I go over a lot of things. I explain a lot of things in my FE7 playthrough. And FE8 was just a lot of fun, because of things that happened there with certain characters. That was a ton of fun. Also with FE7, some things happened to certain characters that were really cool. That will do it. I might have cut this up into two episodes, who knows? Or this might just be really long, or I might have a little bonus video with something I wanted to do, just like a quick 30-second video or something. Who knows? Or it might be at the end of this video, I might put a little something extra just because of something I've been watching again lately. Just because random. So, regardless, whatever happens, click the links below, subscribe to the channel, help me out if you enjoyed this, and help me continue to grow the channel and keep going. So, one last note, I kind of cut myself off with Fire Emblem. I don't know what the next Fire Emblem game is, but I'm not done playing Fire Emblem games. There are several more I want to get to, and would like to play them at some point. Just know it won't be anytime soon because of the schedule that I laid out. World of Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 15 will be taking up a ton of time for me. So, regardless, however you feel about that, hopefully you'll stick around the channel and have a lot of fun. I'm Cendril. Remember to shoot for the stars, and take care, everyone.